This bike is almost where I want it, except for one number. 8.3 kilos. Close, but not done. For most people, that's good enough. I didn't think I'd care about a number like this, but once you're this close, it starts to matter. Sub 8 is the goal, and right now, I'm on a mission to get there. Not by rebuilding the whole bike, but just one change. The wheels. People talk about easy weight savings, but wheels are the one piece you actually feel it. Lighter rims, different hubs, different pickup. It's not just a number on scale. Weight will drop. The real question is, does it drop enough for sub 8? And this is the bet. MovingSports Aim One SL1200, 50mm deep. And I'll say this first, it arrived properly protected. Quick transparency, MovingSports sent me these wheels to test. Their story is simple. MovingSports is based in China. They've been in the industry for over a decade, and now they're putting their own name on the product. A nice touch, the rim tip is already on, and the tubeless valve already included. So you're basically ready to set it up. For this 50mm setup, they list 1265 grams, without the tape and the valves. If this isn't light, sub 8 is basically gone. And now, we'll find out. First, the front wheel, and then the rear wheels. And finally, both of them together. Alright, so the bet is still on. On their website right now, this wheel set sits around the $1,000 mark. It's hook, tubeless ready, and designed for 25 to 38C tires, 28mm external and 21mm internal width, and inside a 36-tooth ratchet. It is rated for riders up to 120 kilograms, and they use pillar spokes, a known brand and a good sign on paper. Toray T800 and T1000 carbon with reinforcement in the high-stress area. On paper, that's serious, but the ride and the build quality are what matter. And now it's time to make the swap. This is the moment I always get a little bit nervous, because if anything doesn't line up, the whole swap turns into a long night. Out with the old, in with the bed. Same cassette, same rotors. The wheel set is compatible with Shimano Hyperglide for 11/12 speed. I'm using a ZTTO 12-speed cassette. They also offer SRAM XDR if that is your setup. Rotors next. I'm keeping my Z-Race set, 140mm up front and 160mm in the back. And of course, the tires. I'm mounting the Continental GP5000 because if I'm testing wheels, I want a tire that I already trust. And my usual setup is always TPU tubes first. And yes, mounting these tires is still a struggle, even on these new wheels. Clean install, clean spin, and that is the goal. When people ask what depth to choose, I always come back to this. 50 is the sweet spot. Fast, manageable, and it looks cool. First check, rotor clearance, and of course, that's always a little rough. That's not the wheel, that's caliper alignment. So quick adjustment and then we're good. One more thing, the free hub. I need to hear it and I know you need it too. Now let's take these bad boys for a spin. First ride, same loop, familiar roads. I'm paying attention to 4 things: stiffness, comfort, handling, and the wind. On the smooth flats, I did a couple of short pushes. Seated, it rolls quiet and steady. Out of the saddle, it feels tight and responsive. It doesn't feel like the wheel is bending side to side. On rougher tarmac, it feels calmer through the hands. You still feel this texture, but it doesn't come through as that sharp vibration. Tires and pressure do most of the comfort, but the wheels change how it comes through. This setup feels less harsh and the bike settles quickly after little bumps. In corners, it feels planted. It holds the line and doesn't run wide. Mid-corner, it doesn't feel twitchy. Small corrections feels easy and controlled. Even when I'm deeper into the lean and putting more weight through the pedals, it doesn't feel wobbly. A lot of that is of course tires and pressure, but a laterally solid wheel helps the bike respond cleanly when you corner. And then the wind. In gusts, as with most 50mm deep rims, you can feel a small sideway push at the front wheel. It mostly shows up when you're exposed on open roads, but it stays predictable and easy to manage. And while we're out here, one more reel will note, the free hub sounds loud in the quiet room, but on the road, it is much more muted once the wind and the tire noise kick in. So, these wheels on the road, it felt solid under power, comfortable on rough tarmac, and stable in corners. It's also manageable in wind. And after the ride, it stayed quiet and true. But let's get to the thing that matters. Everything else was the bad, but time to see if the bad paid off. And there it is, 7.95 kilograms, barely sub 8. And now comes the value question. For context, a lot of premium 50-ish millimeter wheel sets from well-known D2C brands sit between $1,400 and $1,600. For me, the value looks strong, as long as it holds up over time. To be fair, it's still early. Durability needs time. So MovingSports lists a 3-year warranty, and they also have a ride-on program tied to that warranty window. Basically a crash replacement. If you damage a wheel, they offer discounted replacement, so you're not starting from zero. If you want to check them out, I'll link the wheel set in the description below. And if you want to buy the wheels, there's also a discount code. In this world, there are two types of cyclists. The ones who love a loud free hub, and the ones who don't. I'm definitely the first kind. This one isn't that loud. It's there, but it's not the kind that turns head. There might be quirks that show up over time. That's just reality with any wheel set. But for now, the bet is won, because this wheel is undeniably light. Sub 8 on the scale, bare bike without the ride kit. I'll keep riding this, but if there's any change, I'll definitely update you. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for making it this far, and thank you for watching.